Hello, God is still speaking through visions and dreams. Yes, He is. I want to talk to you a little bit today about the millennial reign. Over the years, the Lord has visited me through dreams and visions, and He's given me revelations on the millennial reign. I don't hear a lot of people teaching on the millennial reign. I hear a lot of people reading scripture pertaining to the millennial reign, but I don't hear no revelations on the millennial reign. Okay? But I'm going to share with you some of the things God has given to me on the 1,000-year reign of Christ. All right? And He usually bring it to me in dreams, sometimes in visions. And I want to encourage everybody out there, if God is speaking to you, and He's revealing His word to you, because He said in the last days He's going to do that. He's going to pour out His Spirit upon all flesh. Sons and daughters will prophesy. So if God is showing you something, share it. Share it with others. I want to hear what God is showing you, what God has told you, what He's sharing with you. It's not going to be always received easy, especially in the church. It's just a lot of churches are just so stuck in a lot of traditional ways and customs, and just this is the way we do it. But anyway, just you'll find somebody to listen and share it with whoever will listen. So I'll listen. So I like to hear what God has told you. What He's revealed to you out of His Word. Now I want to. I guess what God has dealt with me mostly about over the years is His entire second coming, and this can also include the 1,000-year reign of Christ. That's going to be great. That's going to be great. Just the freedom itself, just the freedom, just you being free during the 1,000-year reign, that alone is worth it, worth all the trouble that you go through in this life. Just being free. Okay. You won't have to, the freedom you will experience, you will not be subject to any laws. No laws. All right? You will not be subject to any laws. You will not be able to make mistakes. You'll be free. You'll be free from accidents, pains, and sorrows. You'll be free from all that stuff. But the other night, what God showed me, I found out something. I learned something, something new, actually. When we come back from paradise, and with Christ to set up His kingdom on earth. I remember in one dream, when we came back to earth, He was, so I don't know what you would call this kind of person, but He was like just standing somewhere, and He just released us like just a swarm of soldiers. He just released us throughout the earth. And we just went out throughout the earth, the entire earth. And different ones was coming to Him and getting instructions, and He would just go like point this way and go give directions that way, and He would give instructions to do this. And He would just, and different ones would come to Him and get these instructions and directions, and He would just go like that, and we would just leave and just go out all over the earth. And in one instance, I approached Him and I said, "Hey, do you know where so and so?" I don't know who I asked about. I said, "Do you know where so and so went?" Now, I noticed one thing when I asked him, "Do you know where whoever it was I asked about? Do you know where they're at? Do you know?" I noticed he didn't say something like, "Why are you asking me that? I mean, now, you don't have to ask me something like that." He didn't say that. He didn't say, you have the mind of Christ now. You know all things now. You know as you are known, as the scripture says. You know now as you are known. So why would you? He didn't scold me or anything like that. He just told me. He said they went there, and I noticed that about him. Okay, I noticed that about him. He didn't scold me for asking what we would consider to be a dumb question. I didn't, I could zip, zap, appear, disappear, teleport, all that. Uh, and plus, I had the mind of Christ. That was a question I could have figured out myself. But I asked him. I said, "Do you know where such and such is?" He just said, "Yeah, that way." I mean, one thing I found out about Jesus Christ. He may be a judge, and he may be a harsh judge sometimes for those who have rejected him. But I've never seen kindness like I've seen in Christ. I've never seen kindness like I've seen in Christ. Kindness. And he just answered my question, and I just left you. But he just released us all over the earth. Now, I found out something also the other night, that when we get back here, now the scripture says the kingdom of God is like a mustard seed. Starts off really small, and this is the way. If you look at everything that God does throughout the Bible history, and even now, when He starts something, it starts small. Okay, it starts small, and then it grows into big works, ministries, huge ministries. It grows into huge businesses. Okay, but it starts small. So what I found out the other night is that when we get back here, we're going to start off at ground zero. We're not going to come back here building mansions right away and all that kind of stuff, and building spaceships right away. We're not going to do that. We're going to start off at ground zero. So when we come back here, y'all, we will come back to a war-torn planet. Nukes will have already went off all over the world, the globe. Cities will have been nuked. Okay, we know this because we know World War III is going to take place. The Battle of Armageddon is going to take place before Christ come back. Earthquakes is going to tear up cities, tear down buildings before we come back. Earthquakes. We're going to have more tsunamis. You're going to have more wars, explosions. You're going to have tornadoes. We know the 80-pound hail-sized hail balls are going to fall to the earth. There's just a lot of things going to be happening. They're going to be dead bodies scattered all over the earth. Okay, we know that. So when we come back here, it's going to be a mess. When we get back here, it's going to be a mess. But as I told you in my other videos, even the animals are going to start cleaning up the world, the planet. Okay, even the animals are going to work. The animals in the wild, in the woods, are going to start cleaning up the planet, helping man clean the planet. But when we come back here, we're going to come back to a war-torn planet. So we're going to start from ground zero. And I found out that when we come back, even the powers that we have, the supernatural abilities, the supernatural powers, they're not going to be we're not going to be fully mature with these supernatural powers. We're going to start off like babies. Okay, our telekinesis, the telekinetic energies. We're going to have to practice a few times to get that right. I found out that we're going to have to practice a few times to get that right, because we're going to be in this body. We're going to have to kind of start over in this body. Okay. Uh, I was I was I was in a an experience where, as I told you in my other videos, that in the millennial reign we're not going to use currencies to buy or sell anything. But if you want something, you're just going to simply duplicate it. If you want jewelry, you're just going to simply duplicate it. And in this experience, I said, you know what? I walked by this window and I said, let me see, how did I say this? I said I think I said I was going to try my duplicating ability, see how well can I do it. And I noticed I went by this window where this jewelry was, and this ring was in the window. I stuck my hand out there, and I tried to duplicate that ring onto my finger. And I noticed I was having trouble concentrating and focusing on it. But I finally managed to do it. It didn't take me long. It just took me like a few seconds. But I noticed in those few seconds, and I noticed before the ring appeared on my finger, there was a yellow light that appeared on my finger. Okay, in the place before the ring itself appeared on my finger, it was a yellow light in the shape of the ring. Okay. But eventually I managed to, just took me a few seconds. I would probably say about 10 seconds, 15 seconds before I actually focused, and then it appeared on my finger. But I found out that that's going to take some practice. Learning how to duplicate, multiply things, teleport. It's going to take some practice. Levitate, pyrokinesis. It's going to take practice. Pyrokinesis is going to take practice. But it's not going to take long. You probably, in a week's time, maybe 2 weeks, you have all that stuff down pat. Okay, but that's how we're going to start. It's not going. Not going to come here knowing how to do all this stuff to the max. Okay, it's going to take practice, and it's going to take a little time. Even with musical instruments, once we come here, because I think one time I was playing a guitar and I made a couple of mistakes. I made a couple, but I got it right. Immediately got it right, and that was it. Okay, that was it. So there might be some times where you might not. I won't really call it mistakes. It wasn't a mistake, but you just, I don't know, did the wrong note or something. But you're gonna have to learn. You're gonna have to learn, but it's not gonna take near as long then as it do now. Okay, now it takes months, years. Matter of fact, right now, if you try to exercise telekinesis or teleportation, it might take you a lifetime to do it if you can ever get it done. But in the millennial reign, we in our new bodies, it's only going to take a few seconds, few minutes, okay, before you get it. So I found that out. I found out that when you get back here, it's going to take some practice doing some things before you actually get it done. Okay, and as I said in my other videos, if you want something, you'll just be able to duplicate whatever you want. It's not going to be, you're not going to have to pay for it. All right, you go walk by the jewelry store, you just duplicate whatever you see in that window. And same with clothes, automobiles, anything. All right. Now, depending on your rewards, depending on how much Christ has rewarded you, depending on how much treasure you have stored up in heaven, that will determine what kind of car you can have. That will determine what kind of yacht you can have. Some people are going to have some really huge, beautiful yachts. Okay? I mean, some people are going to have some really beautiful, huge yachts. Gold trim. Okay, these yachts are going to be decked with all types of precious metals, okay, stones, all right? These yachts are going to be decked with all sorts of precious stones and metals. Some of these yachts are going to be big as cruise ships, okay? You're going to duplicate. You see a pickup truck you like, you're going to duplicate it. You're going to get in that, you're going to walk by a car lot, look at that pickup truck, get inside of it, start it up, and drive it off. And when you drive off in your duplicate and leave the first one, the original one, sitting back there. So you will not take anything, steal anything, but you'll just duplicate what you want. Now, another thing I noticed too, man, I was in this. I don't like calling these experiences dreams, so I call them experiences. I was as I was out during this time, I was just out taking a stroll, and it felt really good. Man, I wish you could feel how good it feels once you actually make it. And it's going to be restaurants. It ain't gonna be like it is now. Well, we got restaurants, outdoors and outside, but the weather for the most part during the 1,000-year reign, the weather for the most part is going to be great, just wonderful, perfect. Okay, and I believe we're going to have this wonderful weather all year round. As a matter of fact, I think if you go to the book of Ezekiel, I think the 40th chapter, Ezekiel, it tells you how the weather is going to be all year round. It's going to be great weather. And so as I was just strolling along, I was listening to the music. The music is going to always sound good. You're going to always enjoy music. Okay, always. Music is going to always be enjoyed. It's not like it is now where sometimes music get on your nerves and you don't want to hear it. And, you know what I'm saying? But during this time, music is going to always sound good. You're going to always enjoy music. And I was just out enjoying life. I didn't have, it's like I didn't have no job. My only job was to do what I want. Okay, that was my job, to do what I want. It's like a beaver. A beaver don't really have a job. A beaver does what he wants. He cut down trees and build dams, and he irrigate the landscape. That's his job, but he's doing what he wants. That's the way God made us. God made us to do as we do what we want, we're doing our job. And so I was just doing what I want. I was just out and about, just enjoying my life. And there are some things. Discretion just will not let me share with you concerning the millennial reign. There are some things that we will be doing in the millennial reign that discretion will not allow me to tell you and share it with you. But believe me, you will be doing what you want. All right. Now, another thing I found out, I was asking God to help me understand the rod of iron. The Bible talks about Jesus Christ and his saints ruling the earth with a rod of iron. And I've been asking God to show me this rod of iron, but I believe he has already shown it to me. Because I see it all the time. I see myself with a rod of iron in visions. I see myself. And sometime in these visions, I'm dressed like an officer or a military official, and I am doing some type of security work or something of that nature. And this was many years ago. God showed me this. I got not a call, but some type of how would you say this, notification that there was someone causing a problem somewhere, and I had to go over there and deal with it. And you're going to have a lot of this, but you're going to have a lot of this because a lot of the creatures that's going to be here during this time they will not be fully human. But God is going to allow them to stay here anyway. You know, the Lord said, just as it was in the days of Noah, so shall it be in the days when the Son of Man is revealed. In the day of Noah, we had hybrids here. We had alien hybrids, demigods. Okay, it's going to be the same way when he come back. Anyway, this creature, I had to go over and check on him, and because he was causing a problem for somebody, and I warned him. I said, "Don't challenge me." I warned him. I said, "Don't challenge me," and he did anyway. See, so during this time, you're gonna have people, creatures. During this time, you're gonna have creatures. You're gonna have people. You're gonna have mortals. They're gonna challenge you. They're going to do it. So, but anyway, this thing, he challenged me, and he came at me, and I had this rod in my hand. Now, this rod, what I found out about this rod, it's not just a rod, just a rod. But this rod, I believe this rod can transform into different weapons. Okay, I believe it can transform into a sword, a dagger, a machete. I believe it can transform into even what we know as a lightsaber. I believe it can transform into various different weapons. Okay? I believe it can transform into various different weapons. This rod. All right? Here's something that looks like a rod. I believe this rod of iron that Christ is going to give us can transform into several different weapons. And this rod of iron that I had, at the end of it was like a needle. That's the best I can describe it. See, I believe it, like I said, it transforms into different weapons. And at the tip end of this rod of iron was something like a needle. And when this creature, he would look like he was half human and half creature, some other kind of creature. And when he challenged me, I stuck him with that rod of iron with that needle on the tip end of it. And boy, it must have hurt because he lit out. I mean, he got up out of there. He got up out of there quick when I stuck him with that rod of iron, the needle on the tip end of that rod of iron. So, we will be Christ's rod of iron. We will crush the nations under Christ's authority. Okay? And he's going to use us. He's going to use his people to crush the nations with the rod of iron. All right? And the rod of iron, as I said, I believe it transforms into many different weapons. But this rod of iron is not going to be yielding. It's not going to yield to people. You know, there might be some moments when we might show somebody mercy, or when we show them some mercy and grace, but it's not going to be too much of that anymore. It's going to be a very harsh rule, because men will have had their opportunity under grace already. And so now men are going to be judged swiftly and strictly. Okay, this is the way it's going to be now. This is what it means by ruling the earth with the rod of iron. It's not going to be a lot of leniency. Okay, it's not going to be a lot of leniency. Okay, so but anyway, this rod of iron I had a needle on the end of it. I don't believe all of them are going to be like that. You know, But I believe these rods around is going to be able to transform into many different weapons. All right. So the millennial reign is going to be a time of freedom, joy, and do what you want. Okay. And so we have a lot to look forward to. We have a lot to look forward to. So I'd like to encourage everyone out there to hold on. Keep your hands in God's hand. Don't let him go. Oh, another thing. I saw the buildings. God showed me the buildings during the 1,000-year reign, a lot of the cities, the buildings going to be made out of. I saw a lot of the homes were made out of glass. The entire houses were made out of glass. Okay? All the houses were made out of glass. Because for one thing, we're going to eliminate danger. We're going to eliminate accidents. They're not going to be accidents like we see them now. So for a person living in a glass house, it's not going to be a big deal. He's not going to have to worry about accidents, glass falling on him. Okay, we're going to secure this planet and make it safe. I also saw. I want you all to do something. I want you to go to Google, and I want you to Google Botswana stones. Botswana stones. The African country called Botswana. Okay. The African country called Botswana. Google Botswana stones. All right, and you'll see these agates stones that pop up. All these beautiful. Look at all those beautiful different color stones. Okay. And then I want you to look up mineral stones. All right, look up mineral stones. And then I want you to look up gemstones. Okay, gemstones, mineral stones, and Botswana stones. Okay, look up all those stones. And I want you're going to have to stretch your imagination on this. But this is what I saw the cities in the millennial reign built out of. Those beautiful brown, pale, red stones, all these different hues of brown, different shades of brown, different shades of black, different shades of orange, different shades of purple stones, different shades. These Botswana stones, okay? The walls were built out of these Botswana stones. All right, you got to kind of go to Google and Google it, and then use your imagination. Some of these buildings was built out of these beautiful stones and some of them are studded and trimmed with ivory and trimmed with emerald and trimmed with some of those mineral stones and purple and blue and green, and you see what I'm saying? And so I saw entire cities made out of these beautiful stones. Go to Google and Google Botswana stones, and then you have some idea what I'm talking about. Those agate stones, they're called agates, and there's so many different colors. Okay, I mean they are beautiful. But I saw entire cities built out of these stones, the big, huge blocks. Okay, not the little round ones that you see on the Google, on the internet, but these were big, huge blocks of stones. They had made entire buildings out of. They had made walls out of it. They had made probably the streets out of these stones. And a lot of these houses were made out of these beautiful stones. And these mansions that were made out of these beautiful Botswana looking stones, they were trimmed. These houses are trimmed with gold, trimmed with different other precious metals and gemstones. But anyway, the millennial reign is going to be great, man. And you're going to always enjoy music all the time. Music is gonna always sound good. And I don't know if you remember my one of my videos. I talked about your music. Your body's gonna produce music. Okay, your body's gonna be like a 1,000-watt stereo. Okay, it's gonna produce whatever music you like. Okay, just like Satan with Lucifer when he was in heaven, music came from his body. We know that. We know music came from his body. He produced music. The pipes was built in him, the Bible said. Okay, I did a video on that, so just scroll down to my videos and you'll see me talking about that. But your body's going to do the same thing. You're going to have music for every occasion, okay? For every occasion. Whether it's an occasion of romance, whether it's an occasion of I believe there will be moments of sadness. I believe there will be. But not like it is here. It will just probably be more of a disappointing thing, or something happened, or something like that. There'll be moments of music for romance, music for evening out, dinners, banquets, even music for drama, even music for war. Be music for praising God, of course. In His presence, you have a certain kind of music. Music for just you having a party or get together. There'll be music for that. You have all kind of music anytime you want, and it's going to always be enjoyable. Okay. All of y'all who like motorcycles, you're going to get your motorcycle. All of y'all who like yachts, you're going to get your yacht. Some of y'all like pickup trucks, you're going to get your pickups. You're going to get whatever you want. Okay. Remember, the 1,000-year reign is the day of rest. All right. Now, one more thing I want to talk about here. I'm going to try to be brief on this. I was thinking the other day, I don't know how many people told me that God told them that they were going to be millionaires. And almost all those people that told me that God told them they were going to be millionaires, they did. They didn't die as a millionaire. I don't know how many people, preachers, prophets, evangelists, apostles, all those people, pastors, who believed they're going to be millionaires and end up losing their marriage, end up losing their wives, home busted up because they think they're going to be millionaires. I'm telling you, I may be talking to somebody right now. God told me I was going to be a millionaire. And so they thinking they're going to be a millionaire, and they're not taking care of their family. They're not taking care of their wife. They're not taking care of their home. And they're doing something that's unproductive because they think they're going to be a millionaire. I don't know how many people told me they're going to be I can count. Quite a few people told me, God told me, they told me that God told them that they were going to be millionaires. They dead. All of them dead. Okay? Except maybe one or two. But the rest of them are dead. And the one or two, they look like they're not going to be, just all indications, they don't look like they're going to be here much longer. They still ain't millionaires. Okay? And to be honest, I went through the same thing. Exact same thing. I had some people prophesy to me and tell me, God's going to make you a millionaire. I believe that. Now, I'm not going to say I'm not going to say God ain't going to do it. I'm not going to say that. But I am going to say that it's possible that all this wealth, I had one guy said that God showed him boxcars, like a train, boxcars, a whole trainload of boxcars of wealth. Now, he said money. And then another guy said wealth. Well, that ain't going to happen in this life. That's just not going to happen in this life. Boxcars of money, that's more money than all the countries in the world got. Okay? It ain't that much money in this world. You know, for one man, one uneducated man to have, what is he going to do with that much money in this world? Except backslide, okay? But all them people just said that, they dead. They gone. And I went through the same thing back in the 90s, you know. I really believed that. I was saying, man, God said he's going to make me a millionaire. But I had no clue how to be one or what to do about it. And, I mean, it just wreaked havoc. That mentality wreaked havoc on my life, on my children, on my marriage, on my everything. Okay? Because I really believe that. And I was taught that if you just believe and if you give and just keep giving and keep giving and keep giving, it's going to come from somewhere. It don't work like that. It don't work like that. Okay? It just don't work like that. It's not that simple and it's not that easy. I believe wealth comes from God. I believe everybody to get wealth, God says he put the check mark on it. He said, okay, let him have it. If he don't, you ain't getting it. Okay, because he got something else he wants you to do. If he don't give if God does not, Jesus Christ don't give the okay for you to have wealth, you're not getting it. Because he got something else he wants you to do. But anyway, getting back to the main thing here. I don't know how many people have wrecked their marriages, their homes, all that because they thought they were going to be a millionaire. And their wives are saying, hey, we need to pay the bills, we need to do this, we need to keep the lights on. Well, now God told me I was going to be a millionaire. You're just trying to hinder me, devil. I rebuke you, devil. All this kind of nonsense. And their marriage is busted up. Okay? Listen. I don't think that now it's another thing we hear a lot about wealth transfer. Wealth transfer. Wealth transfer. Now it could be some wealth transfer taking place here. I'm not going to doubt that. It could be some wealth transfer taking place here before Christ's return. Well, I said I'm not going to doubt it. I said I'm not going to doubt it. But I doubt it. I doubt it. I doubt it. I think God is going to work some miracles. Okay, there's going to be some miracles he's going to work amongst his people to help provide for his people and to meet your needs. My God shall supply all our needs according to his riches and glory. That's what he said, right? My God shall supply all our needs according to his riches and glory. So he's going to supply our needs, and there are going to be some miracles. He's going to open up some doors. He's going to get us through some things. The earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof and all that dwell in. So it's God that gives the increase. It's God that gives the increase. It's God that provides. Okay? The cattle on 1,000 hills belong to God. This earth is his. So he's going to provide for us. He's going to give us. But this wealth transfer that these people are seeing, and these people saying they're going to be millionaires. Like I said, all the people told me that they're dead. There's a lot of people told me that. And a few anyway. They gone. And this wealth transfer that we're seeing, I don't think it's in this life. I don't think it is. But in the millennial reign, there will definitely be a wealth transfer. Okay? That will be a wealth transfer. You know what I heard one time when I was thinking about wealth transfer and how rich we're going to be in the millennial reign? I heard $1,000 trillion. Now I was thinking, now what is that going to be my worth as far as dollars in the millennial reign? I don't know. But that's what I heard. I heard $1,000 trillion. Do you know how much $1,000 trillion is? Do you know how much $1 trillion is? But 1,000, that's a lot of money. You can buy a lot of stuff with that. Okay? Even in this even in this economy, in this inflation. $1,000 trillion. But that's what I heard. I heard $1,000 trillion. Now, I don't know if he was saying. I don't know if I heard the Spirit saying that that's what's going to be somebody's financial worth, economic worth. I don't know, but that's what I heard. I think the Spirit's kind of giving me some idea of what your financial worth is going to be like in the millennial reign. Now, of course, let's just say if he was speaking about my financial worth in the millennial reign, that's a lot of money, and I have not been a huge giver. I do give, and I do give consistently, and at one time I was a big giver. But let's just say, for the sake of argument, what if he was saying to me, that's going to be my self-worth, financial worth in the millennial reign, $1,000 trillion, just with a little bit that I've given. Man, there are people that have given a whole lot more than me. A whole lot more than me. So they're going to go way past $1,000 trillion. See what I'm saying? I mean, remember the Bible said the meek shall inherit the earth. This entire earth is going to belong to you. There ain't going to be nothing that you can't have in this earth. Okay? So there are going to be some really, really rich people in the millennial reign. Really rich. Okay, some people are going to be so rich. If I wouldn't be able to count how much wealth they would have. So, but I don't know. I don't know if how much. I'm not saying. I can't say. But I do know that I can say that I don't believe this wealth transfer is going to take place in this life. I think we're going to have to rely on Jesus Christ to get us through this life into the next phase of eternity. And this wealth transfer, I don't believe it's going to take place in this life. I believe it's in the millennial reign. Okay? The wealth transfer is going to be in the millennial reign. Now, there's going to be some mortals. There will be some rich mortals. Okay? There are going to be some rich mortals. But they ain't going to be near as rich as a lot of the Christians. So, listen, you all. I know a lot of people got tripped up on this. God told me I was going to be a millionaire. A lot of people got tripped up on that. Lost their marriages and homes and all kind of stuff. Lost their jobs. All kind of stuff, man. Thinking they was going to be a millionaire. And, they didn't know how to even make they didn't know, if you told them to go make $50,000, they wouldn't know how to do it. How are they going to make $1 million now? And so a lot of Christians end up playing the lottery, end up losing their money in the lottery because they thinking they're going to be a millionaire. I know here with us here in my part of town a few years back, all of us got scammed, and some kind of scam came through here, because we all thought we was going to be millionaires. God told us we're going to be millionaires. It's not in this life, y'all. I guess that's what I'm getting at. It's not in it. I believe God He's going to give us the wealth that He promised us. He's going to give us the wealth that we asked for, but it is not in this life. Okay? It's not in this life. It's in the life to come. And it's going to be a lot of wealth. Okay? And you're going to have yachts the size of cruise ships. Some of y'all are going to have your own aircrafts, private. They're going to stop making jets. Another thing in the millennial reign, we're not going to, like the mortals are building, they build the cars, they build the houses, they build the this and that. But we're not going to interfere with their progress. We're not going to interfere with their progress. We're going to let them go ahead and progress, and their aviation is going to improve. Okay, they're not going to be building the same old jets that they're building now. They're going to improve. They're going to do it. Okay, we're not going to tell them, hey, within a year, you're going to be going into for outer space, and we're not going to give them that knowledge. Okay, this is going to be a process they're going to have to go through themselves. We're not going to interfere with that. The only thing we're going to do is make sure that they are living by the rules and commandments of God. Now, once they start living by the rules and commandments of God, then it's going to be much easier for them to progress. See, once you eliminate a lot of corruption in this world, well, because see, like right now, because we should have wireless electricity, okay, but we don't because of greed. They want to keep us plugged into these walls and plug it into stuff because they want to keep us enslaved, keep us paying them, the government. Okay, we should have automobiles running off of solar energy. We shouldn't have to go to no gas pump. They can do that. They can do that. They can run these automobiles off of solar, and we don't have to go to no gas pump. But they don't want to do that. They want us to keep coming to these gas pumps and now these electric cars because they want to keep us enslaved. They want to keep us paying them the government money. They want to keep us and keeping the rich rich. Okay, all because of corruption. We're not progressing. Okay, we should have been in solar-driven automobiles by now. We could have been there. Okay, and even when they make these robots, I'm gonna tell you, as soon as they make these robots, they perfect these robots. I give them about 10, 15 years. They perfect these robots. Them robots gonna take a lot of people's jobs. Okay, and then with as evil as the government is, they're not gonna care about if you don't have food and don't have a job. They're not gonna care. They might try to think of some way to eliminate a lot of people then, because they won't need us anymore. They won't need the poor anymore, the blacks anymore. They won't need us. They'll have robots to fight the wars. They have self-driven autonomous trucks, autonomous planes, cars. The cars, you'll be able to speak to the car and say, "Go get mama." The car open the garage door, pull out of the driveway, go down 10 miles away, pick up mama. The car by itself pick up mama. The car will communicate back to the owner. "I got your mother. I'm on the way back." Bring her to your house. Pull back up in the garage. The car do all that. This is where we're headed. And once these government or whoever, Tesla or whoever, Elon Musk, get all this perfected, they're not going to need a lot of us. They might try to think of a way to get rid of a lot of us. But I believe Christ will be back before then. Okay, I sure hope so. But so we're not going to interfere with their progress, the mortals. We're going to let them just do their thing. They're going to still make cars. They're going to still make houses. They're going to still make, but we're going to tell them how to make those. We're going to tell them how. Now, as far as our houses, our mansions, we're going to know. We're going to have say in that. Okay, we're going to have say in that. But for the most part, we're just going to, during the 1,000-year reign of Christ, we're going to make sure that everybody is following the golden rule and treating each other fairly, treating each other respectfully, and not cheating people and stuff like that. Okay? So that's the way it's going to be. So, man, I'm telling you, we got a lot to look forward to. So I think this wealth transfer is in the millennial reign. It's not in this life. I think right now we are facing World War III. I think right now we just better prepare to get out of here. And if God bless us financially, that's fine. That's good. And I think if you're going to school, keep going to school. Don't stop going to school like some people do. The world is about to end, so there's no need. I was like that for a long time, man. I used to think, because right now, if I could, I would go back to school now. But I used to think, what's the point of going to school? What is the point of going to school? I felt like the world about to end, Judge Christ is about to come. That's been 50 years ago. I'm still here, So, I mean, go back to school, keep going to school, keep your job. Uh, you know, just go on with life as usual. But live right, do what's right. And uh, I think in doing so, I think we need to just prepare to get out of here, because anyway, that's another talk. I think we are facing World War III right now, and during World War III or shortly after, that's going to be an alien invasion, y'all. People saying that people are calling the alien invasion a fake alien invasion. They're saying the government is going to cause a fake alien invasion. This alien invasion is coming is not going to be fake. It's not going to be fake. Read your Bible. Read Revelation. Okay? The Bible said the dragon with his tail drew 1/3 of the stars and he cast them to the earth. Okay? And it also said, woe unto the earth, for the devil has come down. All right? Woe unto the earth, for the devil has come down and he is angry. That's in Revelation, somewhere in Revelation. So they're coming. All right, God showed me years ago, red ships are coming. We're going to see red ships in our skies. And those red ships will be of the great red dragon. Okay? And China is going to take on the symbol of the great red dragon. All right. Anyway, I'm done. That's what I have been thinking about on the millennial reign. And I just share this stuff with people who want to listen. You don't like it, you don't have to listen to it. I I I find it hard to believe, though, that people are not interested in their future. That's what I find hard to understand. You're not interested in your future, but some people are not. They just kind of live for the moment. And I guess that's okay. I mean, to each his own, To each his own, I guess it's all right. But I want to know what's coming, man. Matter of fact, I need to know to help me get through the moment. I need to know that there's a brighter day ahead. Because if I look at my past, the things I've been through in the past, and even the things I'm dealing with right now, I would be so discouraged. I wouldn't even want to live. I wouldn't even want to live. I have to keep my mind off of the moment. Although there are a lot of things to be grateful for right now. I'm grateful for a lot of things. But there are just so much I want, so much I wish I could have done differently, But knowing that I have a future in Christ, it helps me to survive. It helps me to go on another day. Okay? All right. That's all I got to say. So I really would like to hear from some of you all. It would really encourage me. It would really encourage me to just, you guys, let me know what you think about the videos. And please ask me questions about the millennial reign. There's some things on the 1,000-year reign of Christ I cannot share. Discretion just won't let me share on the video. Okay. So write me, let me know, give me your honest opinion on it, on the video. I can take some questions. Please give me some questions, feedback, whatever you want. Okay. All right. God still speaks through visions and dreams. Yes, He is. Yes, He does.